You cannot want the crown and hate the weight.
You cannot complain that being the man is difficult while simultaneously admiring the power, respect, and status that come with being that man.
Those two realities are inseparable. To want the reward without accepting the burden is a logical contradiction. If you truly admire the character, you dream of becoming the disciplined, respected, powerful version of yourself, then you must also learn to appreciate how difficult the journey is. The hardship is not a flaw in the system. The hardship is the system. Difficulty exists precisely because not everyone is meant to succeed at the highest level. If it were easy, everyone would do it, and the role you desire would be meaningless. The struggle is what filters people out. Loving the pain that built you. I genuinely love every aspect of my life, not because it is comfortable, but because I remember exactly what I endured to get here.
Every setback, every humiliation, every night of uncertainty shapes me into the man I am today.
I would not erase a single moment. Why? Because success without contrast is hollow. The most powerful satisfaction does not come from luxury itself, it comes from remembering what life was like without it. Wealth is only meaningful when you remember being broke. Strength only matters when you remember being weak. Confidence only feels earned when you remember doubt. There is no light without darkness. There is no pride without struggle. There is no fulfillment without sacrifice. You will never appreciate your progress unless you remember the suffering that preceded it. Hard is the point. When people complain that becoming exceptional is hard, they are missing the entire point. It is supposed to be hard. That is the barrier that keeps the uncommitted out. If you decide that the struggle is not for you, that is your right. You can live a quiet, average life, exist peacefully, and disappear without impact. That is a valid choice. But do not demand the rewards of greatness if you refuse the cost. History does not remember those who merely existed. It remembers those who chose difficulty over comfort. Depression, reality, and personal responsibility. Feeling low, discouraged, or emotionally drained is real. Pain is real. Suffering is part of the human experience. But feeling depressed does not automatically mean you are broken. It often means your life requires change. Sadness is not always an illness. Sometimes it is feedback. When your circumstances are unhealthy, your mind reacts accordingly. If you hate your body, your jobs, your relationships, or your habits, your emotional state will reflect that reality. The emotion is not the problem, the situation is. For many people, their life itself is depressing. And if someone else were living that same life, they would feel the same way. Change the inputs and the outputs change. Weakness becomes dangerous when it is celebrated. We live in a culture where weakness is not only accepted, it is often encouraged. People are told they cannot help their condition, cannot change their behavior, and cannot take responsibility. This mindset is destructive. When people are told they are powerless, they stop trying. When they stop trying, they lose. And when they lose, they blame life instead of their choices. Responsibility is uncomfortable, but it is also empowering. The moment you accept that your life is your responsibility, you regain control. Belief gives power to fear. Fear only has power when you believe in it. Imagine two people in the same dark house. One believes in ghosts, the other does not. When a sound echoes through the hallway, one panics while the other sleeps peacefully. The difference is not the environment, it is belief. The same applies to mental limitations. When you believe something has power over you, it does. When you refuse to give it authority, it loses its grip. Why would you willingly adopt beliefs that weaken your ability to function? You have a limited number of years on this earth. To spend them surrendering your strength is irrational. The road to better is not smooth. Improvement is not magical.
Growth is not gentle. Transformation is not painless.
Every year of life brings new challenges.
You gain some things and lose others. You win some battles and lose some wars. This is not failure, it is the process. Wisdom is born from pain that has been processed, not avoided. You cannot pray your way out of effort. You cannot stay still and expect progress.
Action is non-negotiable.
A dream becomes real only when you attach behavior to it.
Hoping without acting is just wishing.
Faith and action are partners.
Spiritual belief does not replace effort, it demands it.
You cannot pray for opportunity while refusing to prepare. You cannot ask for strength while avoiding resistance. You cannot expect results while ignoring responsibility. Faith without action is dead. You must move. Growth requires motion. Comfort kills progress.
When you do everything within your power, forces beyond your power begin to work on your behalf.
But the movement must start with you. Hunger determines worthiness. Anything worth having requires hunger.
If you are unwilling to sweat for it, sacrifice for it, and stay disciplined for it, you do not deserve it.
Desire alone is meaningless. Ask yourself, what do I want? How badly do I want it?
What am I willing to give up to earn it? If the answer is not much, then the outcome will reflect that.
Stop worshipping luck. Luck is the excuse people use when they do not understand effort. When someone says he just got lucky, they ignore the years of unpaid work, missed weekends, sleepless nights, and relentless discipline that preceded the result. Calling success luck is a way of convincing yourself that outcomes are out of your control so you don't have to try. The truth is uncomfortable effort works.
Consistency compounds. Action creates opportunity.
Work is the only multiplier. Belief alone does not produce results. Work does.
Faith plus labor creates momentum.
Wisdom plus effort creates equity.
Discipline plus time creates dominance. Start by doing what you can today. List what you've been avoiding.
Handle what you postponed.
Move now, not later.
Waiting for perfect conditions is how people stay average.
Busyness is not effectiveness.
Being busy is not the same as being productive.
Many people exhaust themselves doing things that lead nowhere. They fill their days with noise instead of progress.
Do fewer things, but do the right things with intensity.
Learn every day.
Act decisively. Eliminate distraction.
Pursue mastery.
Casual effort leads to casual results. Casual results lead to regret.
You are still alive, so move.
If you're breathing, you still have potential. You do not have the luxury of surrendering.
You do not have the right to quit.
You are not finished.
Most people die with their talents unused, their ideas unexpressed, and their potential buried with them. Do not rob the world and yourself of what you could have become.
Final truth.
Nothing meaningful is free. Nothing powerful is easy.
Nothing great comes without pain. But everything is possible for those who refuse to stop moving. If you want the crown, carry the weight. If you want better, walk the road. If you want purpose, earn it. And never forget, it will work if you work.